Hey y'all. Hey Rosemary. Hey Easy Cat. Hey SMR fan. Hey Shelly. Hey Mary. Thank you, Heather, for the heart man. Y'all doing all right? Hey Heather. Hey Angel. Hey Sherry. Oh, everything is going good, I guess. It's it's always a great day. Always. There's always something going on. Hey Joe, how are you? Hey Jericho. But no, everything's going good. Everything is going good. I'm gonna move this just this way just a little bit so that there we go. That's better. I can see it better. I couldn't see it where it was. As easy. Thank you, Shelley, for the roses. Hey Sue. Thank you, Miss Teresa, for the gifts. Jill. Thank you. Hey Deborah, how are you? Thank you, Lynn, for the gifts. Thank you, Miss Teresa, for the gifts. Hey Angel, how are you? Hey Rosemary. Hey Texas lady, how are you? Hey Courtney, how are you doing? Thank you, Allie, for the gifts. Oh, we're doing good. Hopefully the signal's doing pretty good. We still don't have power full time in the barn, so thank you, Lorraine, for the heart me. Thank you, Deborah. It's 87 where you are. I think that's about what it was here today, is around 87, 86 or 87. Hey, AJ, how are you? Hey, Shonda, how are you? Hey, Melvin. Yeah, tornado warnings in Ontario. Wow. I think we're supposed to get some bad weather tonight. That's what they said. But they've changed it two or three times, so who really knows? All the horses are doing good, Deborah. All of them are doing good. Thank you. Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody is good. So hopefully we will have some some more little infinitos running around next year. Um, yeah, most of the horses are out, Joe. Hatana's in and Stormy today. Today wasn't their day to go. And I think Infinito's in and Dorado today. Sabado is out today. So yeah, hopefully we'll have some little Infinitos running around next year too. Let's see, Mocha has bred to Infinito twice this week, and Mira has bred to Infinito twice this week. So, and we're still waiting on a little bit to come into heat so she can breed. And we think Jen is getting ready to come into heat. She hasn't yet, but we think she is. But we haven't decided whether we're going to breed her yet, or if we're going to breed Uno yet. We haven't really decided yet. So, so yeah, Infinito's having his way. No, Draco doesn't live here. Draco lives in Texas now. He has for a while. I guess he's been in Texas about a year and a half now.
Morning, sir.
Quit over there causing all that trouble with your mama.
That the middle pasture,
Hmm.
the whole middle pasture's flooded. The whole, not like
The water on.
like
Oh well, it'll be all right. Water the grass. Yep.
Thank God we don't have to pay for water, right?
Um, yeah, Infinito bred with Mira and Mocha this week so far.
Really?
Nope, I didn't say two others. I only said Mocha and Mira. That's the only two that bred with him. I said we have others here, like Little Bit, who's here to be bred to Infinito, but she's not in heat, so she can't breed until she comes. Yeah, she doesn't like him very much right now. So,
And Cuckoo too. Well, Cuckoo's getting ready. He's almost ready.
Did you see that clip I sent you guys last night? About that Spanish one?
Oh yes, but I'm not responding. Sorry, I thought I did. I showed it.
good Capricorn. How about you?
She makes Spanish music. That's what she's dancing.
We were laughing at it.
Yeah, that's what I when I saw it.
I could have sworn I responded, but I guess I didn't.
I'd have heard it.
Thank you, Rosemary, for the gift. That's Mocha right there, banging on that gate. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Yeah, this would be Mocha's first baby. So, um, no, she's doing good. Jen's doing good, but Jen's not currently in heat, but we don't know who we're going to breed Jen yet, too. So, and we don't even know for sure we're going to breed her right now. Same with Uno. We don't really know yet. We haven't decided. Thank you, Cindy, for the gifts. Appreciate it. See, I didn't say Mocha's pregnant. I said Mocha bred. I didn't say Mocha's pregnant. We won't know that for at least 3 weeks. So
This is when you slap someone if it means your dog can live forever.
Oh, I think that would.
Like he's slapping everybody.
It's got a lot of dogs.
thank you, Amber.
Yeah.
Mine has peach, strawberry, peach and strawberry in it, but it's unsweet. But it's not unsweet. It's got strawberry in it. So no, it has strawberry in it. You're gonna get strawberry pieces. But
That's
it's
good.
sweet.
Yeah. It's a natural sweet.
But it's
Yeah, that's some chickens.
art. Is it artificial sweet? Yeah. The peach. I'm sure
It's artificial. Yeah, it's artificial.
the real strawberry 30% listed on there.
Hey, Shannon, how are you?
Peach flavor.
Cuckoo is a horse that's here to be bred to Infinito as well. So is Little Bit. That's who.
Do what?
Somebody asked who Cuckoo was. I said she's here to be bred to Infinito as well. That's only one chicken. We only have like 2 chickens that aren't in like put up in the chicken coop. Or 3. There's 2 or 3. I don't know. The rest of them are all in the coop, so. Yeah, her name's not really Cuckoo. That's just
I think it's
her,
TR.
no. It's no. That's Tatana is Mocha. That one down there's name is Triana.
Freon. That's right.
Triana de Evensong. But yeah, Cuckoo, that's who that is. That's what we call her is Cuckoo.
Ka-choo, ka-choo, ka-choo. I don't know if I got that exactly right, but you know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, that's just what we call her. So
Looks like it.
yeah, he finally decided he better be nice to his mama. Cause she about done got fed up with him.
About time.
That's me adding stuff to your third
Um
one.
no, yeah, everything's going good here. Hey Blair, how are you?
Hey,
Blair's on here. I didn't see the first half of your comment, Blair. Where'd it go? I think it got like censored or something, Blair. The first part of your comment. I only got the last half of your comment.
Phil said, Heather, do you know how much those things cost? And I'm like, no, but it's perfect for us. Look, it's got 3 real rooms. It's perfect. He goes, let me just show you. What was it like? $600,000 or something like that? Yeah. Oh, it has to be full with a semi.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that that's what it meant when it said semi.
Yeah. It's also made out of a semi tractor trailer, 53-foot semi tractor trailer.
5 plan semi. I'm thinking it's semi house.
No,
I don't know. I mean, it looks good.
For 600,000, what up?
I think that's what it was.
That was
It may have been.
they started they s- they start the small ones start at 400. The big ones start at 6. That's without options.
I was severely like
That's
my
without
body just went.
that's without options.
Would have toilets and stuff like that.
No, just without your normal options like the refrigerator, your washer, dryer, that stuff. You start adding all that and it's pushing 750.
Well, okay, without any upgraded type stuff.
No upgrades at 600.
I would
I
pay
was really disappointed. What honestly, the one that he found with the 2 bedrooms and the bathroom in the back that clears it, that one was a lot.
Yeah, Mira's outside with the baby. Yes, she is. Thank you for the gifts, SMR fan.
Oh my gosh. I should have gotten some off.
Where is our barn? It's in Byhalia, Mississippi. Like, which, if you don't know where that is, it's North Mississippi.
About
A
4
hop, skip, and a jump from the Tennessee state line. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I meant to get some bug spray today.
Yeah, because these mosquitoes are getting rough, man. You know what? We had them mosquito things up there, but you got to plug those in. And when we don't have power to the barn all the time, it's kind of,
Well, at least we'd have it here. But I think those things,
they're supposed to stay plugged in. Though.
they're supposed to be a certain distance from you or whatever.
Yeah.
Rough. Imagine it's me like this summer.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're not usually bad in the summer. The mosquitoes aren't in the summer. It's this time of year they're really bad. And then this fall they'll get real bad again. Once it gets really hot in the summer, they're not bad at all. I think it's too hot for them. You know, when it starts busting 100 degrees around here, I think it's too hot for them. Thank you, Teresa, for the gifts. Thank you, Texas lady.
Maybe
Thank you, Latino on Wheels.
personable, personable.
Daisy, what are you doing?
Hmm.
He wants to be with Eldorado. No trying so bad.
They would probably be okay with him, but it just scares me.
Well, me too. Me too. So he doesn't like that.
I mean, if maybe
Hey, Miss Carol, how are you? Latino on Wheels, we're still trying to figure all that out. Thank you for the budding heart, Miss Teresa. Sorry. We're gonna be doing some horse show this year.
well,
um, Probably around August. More than likely, we won't be going to Germantown, which is in less than 2 weeks. Um, I just don't think we can get ready for the show in time.
we got a lot going on.
I just don't think we can get ready in time. I don't really have the time to ride every day right now, which is what it takes to get ready for the shows. And so if the horses are not going to be able to show at their best and do their best, and we're not going to show at our best and do our best, then we don't want to take them to the show. Um, I mean, it's
We don't want to embarrass the horses, and it's not.
ourselves.
Yeah,
So
it's not their fault.
no, they're not in shape. I mean, Moonshine's not in shape. Well, he's a shape, he's round, um, but Moonshine's not. He's round. But Moonshine's not in shape, and Jen is not in shape, not in show shape. I mean, she's fine. She gaits good and all of that, but she's not in.
Jen,
She's not in show. She's not in show shape.
Jen and Little Bit are probably more in shape than anybody.
I would say, well, I don't know. Dorado's pretty in shape, but
Oh,
he's not in show shape. None of them are really in.
too.
Yeah, he's kind of round. He's not as round as Jen and Moonshine.
Ain't no- he is as round as Jen. Jen's just tall. Jen's shape is not round. It's tall.
So anyway, no, we're probably not, most likely not going to be able to make Germantown. I just don't think it's going to work, especially with everything we have going on here. With trying to figure out everything with where the house was, and
Say what now? We're
trying to figure out where everything with where the house was, because it's not there no more. We have to still finish cleanup up there, and we it's a lot of stuff. We still have a big giant dumpster here, um, that we're having to clean stuff up with and use that for cleaning stuff up. We have to figure out something as far as power goes in the barn. We have temporary power out here, but it's not something we can leave on 24/7. Um, we can turn it on and we can do our live or whatever, or we can turn it on and use lights at night for feeding and all of that. But then we have to shut it down because we don't have the wiring in the barn to handle everything that we need to anymore, especially without the house being there now. So that's all got to be redone. And honestly, it's going to take time and money to redo everything in the barn to get power here permanently. It's just not, it's not feasible right now to get it all in here. Um, we're in Mississippi. Somebody asked. We are supposed to have a lot of rain tonight. That's what they say anyway.
We probably should start earlier tonight. I don't know what time the rain's supposed to come in, but
I don't think they know what time the rain's coming in because they didn't change it about 5 times today.
fix it.
He and then he said we may not get hardly any over here. I mean, I don't. I see rain on the radar.
It says at 9 o'clock, it's a 35% chance.
Yeah, 30. See, earlier it was 90%. Now it's gone down to 35% for us.
It goes up to 65.
Yeah. It's just, it looks more on the radar now that we're going to get the tail end of stuff, and it's going to kind of go above us and below us on the radar. That's what it looks like. So, um, they, I don't know. I got mixed signals with the whole weather thing. I think they try to scare people a lot with the weather. And it's good to be prepared and stuff like that, but let's don't make it more than what it is, which they sometimes have a tendency to do. So much so that we have schools let out early today around this area because of the weather they said was coming in earlier today that never has showed up. So
I don't know if we're gonna get anything.
it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's going above and below us. We might get a little bit of sprinkles, but
it kind of like opens up every time it gets by us too.
now it was nasty. It was a nasty storm all over in Arkansas and down in Texas and Kansas and all of that. It was nasty. But as it's moved this way, it's gotten a lot less. So,
And you never know, it could change too.
and as dusty as it is here, I welcome some rain.
I felt bad when I pulled up this afternoon and dust just went everywhere from the
Yeah,
truck.
it's like,
And all that dust went straight towards you, and I'm like, oh no, Miss Gay.
yeah, it's like here, you just walk out in the riding area or round pen or anything, and it's just dust. Uh, it could rain. It could probably rain for 3 or 4 hours, and the next morning you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Leave the girls alone. You're too young. I'll see about the fact of lights on. Yeah.
But anyway, as we were saying, we probably won't do Germantown. We probably will. We know of some shows in August, and unfortunately, two of our favorite shows that we like to do are both in August, and they're both the same week. So we'll have to make a choice on where we go for that if we go to those. But we would have to make a choice on where we go. And then there's some other shows in between Germantown and then it just kind of depends on how things are around here. Because, like I said, we have a lot to get done around here.
A whole lot.
And we still have to got to put a wall up across the hall from where we're sitting right now so that Stormy can start getting his little self weaned from his mama before she whoops him too bad. Where she is.
Miss
She
Fuller,
was. She was earlier.
I think that you need to ask her when she wants to wean him because I think it's just about time.
Oh, she already said before that we could start weaning him.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, but then the house fire happened
Oh.
and we've been dealing with
Oh,
that.
good.
So, yeah. But I
We'll
mean,
get
he's
started next week. If that's the case.
I mean, he's over 6 months old. So
Don't get me having
he's 6 months and what, a couple weeks.
that. Either.
He's so sweet to be such a stinker.
I think he's starting to calm down a little bit though.
Him?
Yeah,
I think so, a little bit.
sometimes.
He run over me today and come out of that stall.
I think sometimes.
So say, I don't know how calm he is.
He kind of want to be. Huh.
But I mean,
But he's very friendly.
he is. He comes up to you and all of that. But his mama is about fed up with him.
You want him to go bye bye.
She's about fed up with him. No, Will's not here. Will doesn't live here anymore.
Pushing down on the door.
You think he won't right now?
Yeah, he's pushing down. He's doing that to himself, making himself cough because he's pushing his head over that door like he's doing.
As many times as he does, you think he'd.
Yeah, I was gonna try to show Lenahe, but they left. Him and Jubilee left. They were right there. Let me see if I can call him. Lenahe. Lenahe.
Jubilee.
Usually there's Lenahe. Hey, buddy. Hey.
And there's Jubilee.
Oh yeah, you're not going. They ain't gonna be far behind each other. And then there's Stormy. What are you doing, man? And Hatana. Like I said, she's tired of him.
It'll be soon.
He says she's ready to go out with the mayor. She's tired of him.
Sarah is already weaning.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Because Raina, because when they were out in the pasture, was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Uno kept running Raina off.
El Dorado Jr. Yeah, that's what he is, Miss Paulette.
I didn't even know where she was. She was like over with the horse. And
Yeah.
Raina's like being pushed out of the herd, pushed out of the herd. Mira didn't even care. Mira was just like, see ya.
She's all.
I'm ready to have another baby. Bye.
Yeah, that's what's funny is Mira's more keyed in on Infinito right now than anything.
Just about wean her right now. And Mira would probably be like, whatever.
No, we had 3 colts and 1 filly. Come back, Daisy. Daisy. No, ma'am. Now you come back.
Come here. For a cheese stick. Okay, well, you can stay over there.
I'm not fixing to run off because you hear a truck. That's not even a 4-wheeler. No, Boomer's not out here with us. No, we had Mira had a girl November the 29th.
Hey, Infinito had another little colt last
Oh yeah, I
night.
forgot about that. Infinito had a son born last night.
He was well, he's black, but he's gonna be gray.
He's black right now, but he'll definitely be gray because his mama's gray. Holly,
Yeah, I think or
Holly Springs.
or something. He's local.
He's not all Pasifino. He's half Pasifino.
Remember that gray mare that
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to breed down? She had her baby.
Oh, cool.
And then I think the other mare is probably gonna have her baby
Anytime. She ought to be close.
Yeah,
Within the next week or so.
so in June and have her baby.
She was bred at the end of June.
The end of June, early July. So
End of May, early June is when she should have her baby.
but she could go like up to a year, you never know.
Storm.
I know, look at him.
Yeah.
I know he's always messing with stuff. He's bad as El Dorado. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And then Mocha's always banging on that gate. Hang on, I gotta turn this around because if I turn it around the other way, I can't see the comments. That's the only bad thing about this. There.
Oh shoot, Tim.
All right, let's see if we can see what he's gonna do because he's gonna do something silly here in just a minute.
Let's see if she's got anything for him.
I had nothing for you.
How's that not tightening down? Yeah, Duck Duck is still here. He hadn't gone anywhere. In fact, he was over here in the pool just a minute ago. I don't know where he's at now. Hey, in Australia, how are you? Stormy. So yeah, I put the camera over and then you gonna leave. You gonna come back?
Ooh, that makes me upset. I can't stand when they do that.
Banging on the gate?
Yeah.
Go run them off. That's the only thing I know to do because she gonna bang on that gate. Anytime somebody's in the barn, she gonna bang on that gate. Thank you, Miss Teresa, for the gifts. Donna. Somebody asked about Duck Duck. I hear him. I don't see him, but I hear him. Aha.
He might get in the turn it to the left just a little bit. There you go.
He was gonna get in the pool. He was in the he's already been in the pool.
Ollie,
Duck Duck. Duck Duck. Come on. Quack quack.
come on. Quack quack. Quack quack.
Say no, I'm busy grooming myself. Anyway. Yeah, Duck Duck's still here. He ain't gone nowhere. We have him where we can tell him to go to bed and he will get in the kennel. But here lately, and go to in the kennel, and we can shut him in there at night so nothing can get him. But here lately, he's been really obstinate about going in the kennel at night, and he goes and hides at nighttime. Yeah, he got no. It was before that, way before that. Started way before that. But yeah, he's got where he like right at dark he goes and hides. And then once we leave the barn, he comes back out and he comes over here and lays in the hall wherever he sleeps. So he's pretty slick. He'll go over and hide. I know where he hides. And for a while I would go over and make him leave and come and get in his kennel, but now I don't even mess with him about it because Bandit stays out here pretty much all night, so I don't worry about something getting in here with him. So Who are you talking to? That's Raina there. I just heard her holler. I can see his ears. I don't know where Hatana went. That's that's Jubilee right there. That's who was hollering just a minute ago.
Wonder who's playing with the wind chimes.
This is probably Mocha or Jen hitting them when they walk by. Yeah, he's pretty big. He's gotten pretty big. He's not extremely big, but he has gotten pretty big. He's not as big as Raina, I can tell you that. Let's see. He's nowhere near as big as Raina is. She's the youngest and she's bigger than both. Well, she's almost as she ain't quite as big as Lanahe, but she's getting close.
Mom.
But yeah, she's getting up there. I figure by the time she's a year old, she'll be as tall, if not taller, than her mama. She's already getting up there. And she's only, let's see, she'll be 6 months old the end of this month. The 29th of this month, she'll be 6 months old. So she's the youngest, but she's bigger than all of them, except she's not quite as big as Lanahe, but Lanahe's a year old. But as far as Jubilee, she's bigger than he is, and Jubilee's what, 9 months old?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he was born in September, so yeah. And then Stormy will be 7 months old June the 3rd, so he's 6 months old right now. Now he's only right at a month older, not even quite a month, like 27, 26 days older than Raina. But when I say she's big, she's big. She's she's gonna be really big. I almost look for her to be as big as Jen is. And I will be surprised if she don't end up that big.
Most likely people.
Yeah.
Somebody,
That's what we're leaning towards.
unless somebody comes up and says that they absolutely want her.
Courtney, I can't show you Mira. Mira's outside. You asked a while ago if Mira was outside, and I told you she was. So but she will be in here shortly. Her and everybody else will be in shortly. El Dorado was escaping again, and we moved his stall again, and he's got the door almost open 2 or 3 different times. So now we're putting a little extra on there just to make sure he don't get it open. So he's still trying to escape. He's escaped several times since we had the fire. He's escaped at least 3 times I know of, maybe 4. But he wasn't in his normal stall. So, but now I mess him up. We have a extra gate in the back hall that we open or we put across the back hall. So if he does escape, he can't come up front no more because he's come up here and got into all kinds of stuff, turned stuff over, just all kinds of stuff. So now he can't come up here if he does escape. So, but he hasn't the last, I don't know, last 3 or 4 days he hasn't because we changed his stall again. So, and he hadn't figured out how to get that one open yet completely. So, uh, we lost a lot of our show tack. We didn't lose our like everyday tack, like out here in the barn, our work tack that we use for like riding horses out here and stuff like that. But we lost a lot of our show tack, show saddles, that type stuff.
Well,
Clothes, a lot of show clothes.
clothes, all of our show hats,
Yeah,
like everything.
yeah.
And that's something else too. What we're gonna have to try
Oh,
out
another
that
thing.
before we go to any shows. And we haven't had time to do
We hadn't gone to even try to go find any show clothes yet. So that's another reason for us not to try to do Germantown. Um, just because, I mean, oh yeah, we lost like reins and headgear for shows, all kinds of stuff, saddle pads, because our show stuff we kept in the house because we didn't want it to get dusty out in the barn. Hindsight is we should have had it in the barn, but at the same time, or in the trailer or something, yeah. But at the same time, we didn't want it to get dusty in the barn. And now we had our show saddles. We had bags, them in bags, but we kept them in the house because it's climate controlled. It's not hot 90, 100 degrees during the summer and 20 degrees during the winter, which is not great for show tack and all of that. So it was climate controlled. So we kept it in the house. So it is what it is. Our show clothes are, you know, Heather's show clothes are harder to find stuff that she needs. But like most of my show clothes were
all of my riding pants are gone.
right.
All of my show jackets.
But most of my show clothes consist of tuxedos. They're all gone.
Or dress
Um,
pants and a button
or
down
dress
shirt.
pants and just a button down shirt with a tie. But I had probably 50 different show ties, and all of those, obviously are gone too. So it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure, Megan, if we're going to go at all. Mainly because, like I said, I haven't had time to do the writing that I need to do over the last. Normally, I start to get ready for Germantown. Normally, I start after winter, start working the horses in March or the end of March. And they get ridden pretty much all the time until June for the show. And I have not, since we had the fire the first week of April, I've done no riding at all. Um, so, and that means if I hadn't been riding, the horses hadn't been riding. So, because Heather's done no riding either, and we're the two that ride the horses. So, um, they're not in show shape. And I hate to bring them not being in show shape. Not to mention everything else that goes along with it. You got negative coggins. All my coggins are good right now, but they're only good for another week. And
But
then
the
I got,
problem is we don't have any of them because they got burned up.
well, I got them. They're
I mean, you
digital.
can, oh
They're
yeah, you
digital.
could get them.
Yeah, ours.
But we don't have any of our, all of our horses' papers were burned up too, and we gotta get all those before the shows too, don't we?
Mm-mm.
You got
Register
copies of 'em?
online now. I
Huh?
register them online. I still have to put the horse registration number in. I
Oh, I
have to have
thought
a
you
copy
had
of 'em.
to have a copy of it.
No. But it doesn't matter because the Coggins will expire next week, which means we would have to get the vet out to do all the Coggins and get all that back. We'd have to get all the health certificates and stuff done. Not to mention roundup show clothes. um, not to mention ride horses every day. And I don't feel like it's fair to ride the horses every day of the week. Um, and push them harder to get ready for a show in less than 2 weeks because the show basically is 2 weeks away. Um, and I don't feel like it's fair to them to push them to try to get them ready. Do I think if I rode moonshine twice a day, every day between now and the show, or even every other day between now and the show, if I rode him twice a day, do I think he could be ready for the show? Yes, he could be ready for the show. Do I think it might turn into an issue at the show? It could, because I'd have to push him twice a day, every day until then, and push him to get into shape. And then it's just a lot of strain on him for trying to get in shape like
I
that.
think after we
It's
get stuff settled from this fire, we will have a little bit more time to
right.
ride.
It's the same way with Dorado. I think Dorado could be in shape too, but I'd have to push him and I have to ride him twice a day. And he's a pheno horse and a performance horse, both actually. But he he's only ever shown mostly pheno, and last year he was the amateur pheno horse of the year. But at the same time, he has shown performance a few times, and this was going to be his year that he showed a lot of performance. And if you know anything about passos, and Megan obviously does because Megan shows passos with us, but if you know anything about passos, their feet hit the ground a lot. And twice a day, riding 30, 40 minutes twice a day, it puts a lot of stress on them, hitting the ground that much constantly, especially on a phenotype horse. And then after you've done that and pushed them to get ready in a couple weeks, then you take them to a show, and then you're pushing them at the show. And then on top of that, you're going around. Germantown's not like a lot of other venues. There's a whole lot of concrete at Germantown that you, not in the stalls, but getting from the stalls where we're normally housed at to the warm up arenas, you're on asphalt just about the whole time. And then after you leave the warm up arena to go down to the show arena, you're on asphalt going down a big old hill. And it's a lot of concussion on their feet. And I don't think pushing them ahead of time to get ready for the show is the smart thing to do. And do I want a show? Yes, because I don't want to miss Germantown. I like doing Germantown. It's one of my favorite shows, and I don't want to miss it. But at the same time, I don't want to push our horses and try to get them ready in time.
And
Yeah. Plus, we don't have the time. Nobody's saying it either.
I know, I'm just saying it's not our fault that we don't have time. We just have other stuff that has to be done right.
A lot, a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it is what it, I mean, it is what it is. That's a mosquito right there. Um, I wish it was the other way around, but it's not. Thank you for the go popular. Yeah, we definitely don't want vet bill, nothing like that. That's for sure. And we sure don't want any injuries or anything like that. So, and I'll be straight up honest. 10 years ago, I probably would have pushed to go to the show, and I probably would have been up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning riding horses before it gets hot, before daylight, so that I could have them ready in time for the show. But that was 10 years ago, and I'm 10 years older, and I'm not fixing to get up at 4 in the morning and ride horses in the morning, then do everything I gotta do all day and then ride horses again at night to push to get ready for a show and take a risk of hurting a horse or myself or anything else. So it's just oh, well, by next year, hopefully we'll be plenty ready. Hopefully we'll be plenty ready for a show. Um,
Soon. Most of our horses will be ready.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Honestly, my what I would like to see happen this year is obviously Germantown's not going to be, but what I would like to see happen is this year by August have Sabato at his first show. That's what I'd like to see happen, but some things got to fall into place for all that to happen. So, um, because Sabato is officially he was officially 3 years old in April, so officially he can start showing now. So, um, but we got some stuff that's got to fall into place first. So, and then on top of that, we have a whole lot of paperwork and stuff like that that has to get done between now and then that's not done. I mean, you don't think about stuff you lose in a house fire until you actually sit down and you have to put all this stuff down on paper, basically a complete inventory of everything in your house.
Like today to post office. And while we're there, we realized, oh, we had a postal scale and stamps and all that kind of stuff in the house.
Yeah.
And we didn't even remotely think about that when we were listing stuff down as far as what was in the house. And I told Tim at that point, I'm like, for the next 2 years, we'll probably be remembering things that we lost in the fire that we forgot about because it's stuff that you just don't use all the time or every day or anything like that.
You don't think about all that until you sit down and you have to list it all for an insurance company. And then as you're listing it all, you remember, okay, horse registrations. Every one of our horse registrations burned up, which means you don't realize, oh, it's just horse registrations. I can get duplicate copies. Well, yeah, you can get duplicate copies, but a duplicate copy per horse registration is $100 to $110 per registration for a duplicate copy. So you figure,
Well, we have 17 horses here, but
right, but they're not all ours, the ones
no,
that are here. But the
no.
ones that are here, that are ours, we have duplicate registrations. So that's like $1,200 or $1,300. I don't even know.
Even the ones that aren't ours that are here, we have to get registrations
Right.
for because we hadn't given them to Miss Paulette yet. So we're gonna have to get them replaced to
Yep.
give them to her.
That's right. Every one of them's going to be.
I mean, not that we hadn't given them to her because she hadn't paid or nothing like that. It's just we just hadn't done it because we
No,
hadn't taken
I
them to.
thought we sent them to her. I just
Maybe
don't.
we did.
I don't.
Hopefully so.
Maybe. I don't know. I
I,
think she has Ignatius, maybe.
oh, I know she has Ignatius.
I'm pretty sure she has Ignatius.
I don't think we ever sent her Hatanas, but I can't remember for sure.
I don't know.
And I don't think Eldorado. I don't think we. I don't. I can't remember. Who knows?
She has Ignatius. That's what I was thinking. You know why? Because of the breeding on Patana.
Yeah.
That's why. So anyway, It doesn't. I mean, it's going to be $1,200, $1,300 worth of registrations that we have to get. It doesn't. It doesn't matter the exact number um, that we have to get. Um, like we don't have to replace. Obviously, we don't have to replace registrations for like Tia who passed away or Diosa. Those horses. It would have been nice to have their certificates still, but that's some that we don't have to replace. Um, at the same time, that's not the only thing you lose. Like, yes, we lost our Coggins certificates, and some horses we did actually lose a certificate on because their Coggins wasn't done by our vet. It was done before they got here. So those are not digital, those are paper certificates. Our vet does digital certificates, so our horses I can pull up on my phone. But like Mocha, I'm trying to think. Mocha, Gin, um,
Oh, shoot.
um,
That's right, because mochas we hadn't even turned in yet.
no, Mochas, Gins. There's several. We got several Coggins
Oh,
that
Mocha's registration is in the truck.
I'm talking about our Coggins, baby.
Oh,
I'm not talking
her
about.
Coggins might be in the truck.
It's not. It was in the house. It's not in the truck.
Her
Her
registration.
registration paper is in the truck, yes, because she's not in our name. She was still in her original owner's name, and we had to send it in. We hadn't sent it in yet,
Right.
but it was still in the truck.
And the Coggins was not with her.
No, it's not with it. I've already looked. Hey, Miss Chris. Well, here's the thing: the way insurance works, you have a policy limit for your items that you have in your house, a replacement cost, and you have a policy limit. Okay, they'll only pay up to that policy limit for replacement items. All right. The issue with that is if you don't pretty much call them every year and say, hey, guess what? This year I spent X number of dollars buying a new couch, this, and this. I need to up my policy replacement value. If you don't call them and do that periodically, your policy replacement value, as far as replacement for your items in your house, doesn't go up. The other thing with insurance is if you don't call them and say, hey, it's been 5 years. I think it costs more to build a house right now than it did 5 years ago when I did my policy last. So my replacement value, if my house is a total loss, I need to up that to current value. If you don't do that, it don't go up either. So that's kind of what happened as far as the replacement value goes on the house. Yeah, they paid the full amount that they were going to pay. The problem is it hadn't been done in over 6 years as far as the amount it cost to replace our house. Like new construction, replacing the entire house, what it costs to build a house the same exact size is way more than what they paid out. I mean, it's just the way it is. And that's partly our fault because we didn't contact them and say, hey, we need to up it each year.
Most people don't think.
But most people don't think about that. We didn't think about it. I didn't think nothing about it. I thought it just did it on its own. If you had replacement value, you had replacement value. And it may be that way with some companies, but it's not with ours. Um, and then the content value is kind of the same thing, but they have a limit that they pay that out. So if the content in your house is XYZ and your policy limit is X, they don't pay to YZ. They only pay up to that policy limit. So give you an example. If you had $100,000 replacement or you had $100,000 for contents, say you had 100,000 for content, but your house you had $180,000 in stuff inside of it. Okay. First, they're going to depreciate the stuff because you didn't buy it all new that week of your house fire, obviously. You might have stuff 10 years old, you might have stuff 20 years old. So, say they cut that down by 30%. okay, and they say, okay, your contents was worth $120,000. Okay. They're not going to give you a check for 120,000. They're going to give you a check for 100,000 because that's your policy limit. So that's my advice to you. If you have insurance on a house, make sure you up your policy limits every year. I know it's a hassle and I know it's going to cost you more on your premium every year. But if you ever have a house fire or you ever have a tornado or a flood or anything like that and your house is a total loss, you'll be happy you did it and you'll be happy you paid the extra money every year. So, and yes, Sherry, from now on, horse registrations will be kept in a safety deposit box in the bank. Don't even get me started on the whole fire safe thing. I don't even want to get on that again this week. I'm still aggravated about the fire safe thing. It's just a waste of money to have one.
Not a waste.
Yes, it is. If you expect it to keep your documents safe, it's a waste of money.
A fire safe?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
If you expect it to keep now, if you expect it to keep your documents safe from people stealing them, that's one thing. But if you expect it to keep it safe from a fire, that's totally different because
I think, and this is just my opinion, I feel like when we rebuild, even if it's not a whole room, if we have a safe room or something like that in our house, I would like to build it out of solid, not not cylinder blocks with the holes in it, but solid cylinder blocks, okay? Something like that.
Mm.
And then within that safe room or whatever it is, have like another small little thing made out of cylinder blocks. And then put a safety firebox in that.
but see, the whole purpose of that is you should not have to do that.
No, I
They
agree.
shouldn't advertise a safe as fire safe up to 45 minutes this kind of degree or whatever if it's not going to stand up to the fire. They shouldn't advertise it like that. Period. So, anyway, that's my whole thing with the fire safes. Especially when you have one big fire safe that holds other things besides papers. And then you have a second fire safe inside that fire safe that's also holds papers. And the one inside, there was nothing left of it. So, and the one outside, there was really nothing left of it either. So from now on, yes, I will keep horse registrations in a safety deposit box. I'll pay the monthly fee to do it because the monthly fee for the safety deposit box is cheaper than having to redo horse registration. Not to mention the hassle you go through when you have to do that. Not to mention the hassle you have to go through to renew your birth certificate, not renew, but get you another copy of your birth certificate. Um, God forbid if you was at the house and you left your wallet in the house with all your cards and all that. Luckily, neither one of us was home. I had my wallet with me. Heather had hers with her. So we still had our credit cards and stuff. And we both actually had our social security cards in our wallets. So that helped tremendously. Um, and the birth certificate thing was not as big of a hassle as it used to be. We didn't actually have to go stand in line, thank goodness, to try to get them. But it did cost us money to get them back. And we had to pay for expedited shipping and all that kind of stuff to get them back. So, but we didn't have to like go get our driver's license redone, nothing like that, because thankfully we had our wallets with us. Um, we didn't have our checkbooks though. So, um, we were actually talking about checks today. Luckily, I had one checkbook for the farm in my truck, so that helped. But I mean, we still have to Yeah, well, we had passports, but they were in the house, and they're no longer. So so we had to report those as destroyed. We That's another form you have to fill out and send in. So I mean, it's a nightmare. Um, all the stuff you have to go through, and it's not just a house fire. I mean, a tornado or flood or whatever. You still lose a lot of stuff like that. So, and like I said, I mean, you don't realize, like, I can't tell you how much stuff I forgot that we didn't put down. Um, yeah,
Several times.
that we didn't put down on our list for the insurance company. But honestly, it doesn't. It's not going to matter. So
Because we are
we're
already
over
up,
the limit
yeah, you're
anyway. So
already.
yeah, so it's not.
In fact, we're probably 2 or 3 times over our policy
So
and hadn't put a a fraction of our clothes down
yeah.
and multiple other things that we forgot. Like all of our jackets and coats and um winter stuff.
Well, the other thing is you got to try to remember all that. Like
Right.
I have to try to remember all, well,
Every
tuxedo wise, I knew I had 3 tuxedos in there. I knew that.
probably know
But
more than that.
but shirts, tuxedo shirts, I had no idea how many I had because
Probably about 10.
well, it's probably more than that, but I don't even know because I had multiple tuxedo shirts because you ride in a class, you get soaking wet from sweat in a tuxedo in outside in June or outside in August, you're sweating, you're getting soaking wet. So I had multiple shirts that I would wear. Like if I rode 3 classes in a night, I might wear 3 different shirts. Sometimes I might wear 3 different jackets. I mean, it just depends on how bad it was. So, but it's not just that, it's trying to remember how many pairs of jeans you had, how many shoes you had, how many t-shirts you had, how many pairs of socks you had. They want all this stuff. And, most people, I bet most people in this live right now couldn't tell you the exact number of, I don't know,
There will be
t-shirts you have.
there will be some who can.
There
but
will be,
most
there's
can't.
always some people who can tell you the exact number of t-shirts they have.
There's list out there who
Right.
say I have 5 shirts, 5 pair of pants, 5 pair of underwear. Like they have exactly, but most people can't.
Most people can't. No.
I couldn't tell you how many I have right now.
And yeah, how many baking pans in the kitchen? I have no idea. I put down the ones I could remember that we used all the time. I put them down. And a few I could remember that we didn't use them all the time, but I knew they were there. I put them down. But I couldn't tell you all the pans we had. Not even close. Now the cast iron skillets, I could tell you about those because I use them all the time.
Canning, canning pot downs
Yes.
and all the canning equipment to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the jars, though. I forgot the jars.
Well, I mean, there's like utensils that you pull the jars out with
Oh no, I didn't put all the utensils.
other stuff.
When it comes to utensils, I stuck with the forks, the knives, the silverware that we used all the time.
I just got some stuff from Christine a while back. My little meat chopper upper thing.
Okay, I didn't put all.
Just saying. I mean, there's so much stuff. You'll never be able to remember every single thing.
No, you can't remember everything. I mean, you can't. I mean, I thought of stuff after we submitted everything. I thought of stuff, and I can still add stuff, but at the same time, I thought, okay, I know we're over our limit, so what's the point of adding it? At this point, there's no point in adding it. So, um, it's just it is what it is. Anyway, but things are progressing good around here. Apparently, we have a rooster that is loud. Um, So anyway, it's just a nightmare dealing with everything. So, and I have nothing bad to say about it. Man, I'm fixing to go
Pepper rooster.
fixing to make some chicken and dumplings. Yeah, so there's still time. Um, I have nothing bad to say about our insurance company. They've been great. Our insurance company has been great. Absolutely great. Um, in fact, our agent, did you call him or he called you? You called him, but he actually drove by and was going to come over here to see us during the whole fire. And he couldn't get down the road because of all the fire trucks and stuff. But then he called Heather back and told Heather that. And then the very next morning,
No, he actually took the check to my work.
oh, that's right.
We could go pick it up.
Yeah, they issued that same day, they issued an emergency funds check for like housing or whatever, or clothes or whatever you needed it for. They issued that check that very same day, and he couldn't get here to give Heather the check, so he dropped it off at her work so she could go up there and pick it up. And the very next morning, he had somebody from their whatever claims or whatever was actually here at the house the very next morning. So, I mean, they've been great. We have nothing bad to say about them. They've been really good. Um, and we have our vehicles and our trailers and all of that with the same insurance too. They've been great. It's just, it wasn't their fault we didn't up our coverage over the years. Um, we should have,
And it's
but
more beneficial to them if we don't, but at the same time, it's our responsibility to do so.
right. So, and it's not their fault that the price of building a house has gone up drastically in the last several years.
2020.
Yeah. So, um, at this point, we are not sure how. We're not sure at this point whether we're going to build a house or have one brought in here on the back of an 18-wheeler.
I'm voting for building.
Yes, Heather is voting for building, and I vote for building as well. At the same time,
Sick we in the camper, right?
right, and at the same, yeah, how sick we get of living in a horse trailer that's
If we can take it.
about as big as a ton of stall.
Actually,
It might be a little smaller.
yeah, her stall is wider.
Well, I know it's wider, but it's longer too. Yeah, so anyway, depends on how soon we get, how tired we get of living in the horse trailer. Yeah, how quickly we get of living in the horse trailer. That's one thing. And then it also depends on money because we want to build another house. At the same time, we don't want to go into debt to build another house. Um, And if tomorrow we had to go out and build another house, we would go into debt, and we would go into debt quite a bit because if we build another house the exact same size as ours, and our house wasn't big at all, but if we build another house the exact same size, then it's going to run 400 to $450,000, which is let's just put it this way, it's going to be over double what insurance paid for our house to build a house if we build it the same size. So we've talked about a mobile home, like a double wide or whatever. They actually have mobile homes now as big as our house was.
Or
Actually,
a
they have
bigger
them bigger.
camper,
Yeah, or a bigger camper or something
and then
like
try
that.
to pay cash along the way as we can afford it to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's just kind of
Yeah, and we have no idea what started the fire. We know some kind of electrical. We don't know whether it was the electric box, whether it was the dryer, whether it was the washer, or some random appliance that was plugged into the wall that wasn't even turned on. because until we had this fire, I did not realize that if you have a hair dryer plugged in, even if it's not on, it's just plugged into your wall, it can start a fire in your house. Your refrigerator plugged into the wall can start a fire. Your TV plugged into the wall that's not turned on can start a fire. So until this happened, I didn't realize that much stuff would start a fire.
We thought if stuff was turned off, you were safe, you were good,
Mostly safe, yeah.
but no.
Apparently not. And that's what we wanted to know what caused it. Of course, our insurance company, they always do that. But we brought a fire guy in from I don't even know, somewhere out of state. And he said the same thing. He all he could tell us was general area, and it was some kind of electrical probably. But other than that, he couldn't tell us nothing else. So it was interesting when he started telling us all the stuff that he's seen that started fires. Um, so no hair dryers plugged in,
If you are not
no curling
using
irons
some-
plugged in.
if you are not using something,
Unplug it,
unplug it.
especially if it's something that can be unplugged. Like your refrigerator, obviously can't unplug it.
Right.
Most people don't want to unplug their TV because they don't want to have to reset stuff every time they plug their TV back in or
But
whatever.
your air fryer, your appliances that like your crock pot, like we kept our crock pot plugged in all the time. We kept our air fryer plugged in all the time. We, things,
Yeah, but
appliances.
they were turned off, but they were plugged in.
Right. But I'm just saying, if you're not using something, I know it's hard to think about that if you're not in the mindset of thinking that way, which we were not in the least,
I didn't think
but we are now. If we're not using something, in fact, I look at every plug in the horse camper and I think, does that really need to be plugged in there?
I
Like,
unplug.
really?
I unplug the coffee pot every morning after I make coffee. So
The other day,
yeah, it still draws power. That's exactly why. It's just you don't think about, okay, something that draws a tiny bit of power. You don't think about that can cause an electrical fire because you think about, okay,
how much electricity is it pulling?
right, it's barely pulling any power, but it is pulling power. So it can start a fire. It's just you don't think about that kind of stuff because you think about, okay, a hair dryer or a curling iron left on, yeah, that can start a fire. It falls and touches something and starts a fire. Or it, or, I've got too much stuff plugged into one outlet and it overloads the circuit or whatever, and the breaker doesn't kick off or something like that. But you don't think about a TV that's plugged in your living room, hanging on a wall that is turned off and hadn't been on, but it's the only thing on is the little light. And you don't think about that kind of stuff and the little bit of power it's pulling, but it still can start a fire.
Like, if you're not using something in your house and you don't have to reset everything on it to unplug when you unplug it, just unplug it. Like, it's not worth it. It's not even worth taking the chance leaving it plugged in. It's not worth it. Just unplug it.
I know anytime we go anywhere and we unplug everything, I don't know. It says Sonic Lover, hey besties is what it says.
Hey, Sonic Lover. SNC lovers.
Well, it's Sonic because yeah. Wow.
I know I'm getting ate up.
And they're biting today.
I'm fixing to go to the horse trailer and use the bathroom, and I'm gonna
It
get
says
that
it's me, Holly. Oh, Holly down here or down there or down
for
there.
your niece, possibly.
I don't I don't know
I
what
don't know,
Holly it is.
know which Holly it is.
It's Holly, our neighbor Holly.
Could be.
I don't know.
I'm
But
sure they'll
I just saw something, but it popped up, but I swear it disappeared. Oh, it's niece Holly. Hey, Holly.
I figured that's who it was. I wouldn't think that our neighbor Holly would say, "Hey, besties." Oh me.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna um go get that spray,
What's the
that stuff I got for the flies.
permits?
Yeah. And I'm gonna make it up for the horses and I'm gonna spray some on us. Do you think it'll keep flies off of us and mosquitoes?
No, it don't work that good for mosquitoes. It does for flies, but it don't work that good for mosquitoes. But
It'll
I
kill these smalls.
but I tell you what's in there.
Mm.
There's some
Oh, that.
there's some it's in a it's by where your flowers are.
Yes. I know.
No, that one's for ants. I'm sorry. That's it's underneath the cabinet,
Under the
under
sink.
the sink.
Okay.
It's in a spray can. It's I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, it's the kind that's not bad for people or animals. Gates, ticks, and mosquitoes. I don't know about gates. I'm not sure. Maybe you're talking about snakes, maybe. I don't know. Ticks. I haven't had any issues with any ticks, but Heather's had a couple get on her the last few days, but that's because she's been messing with her roses and all that and sitting on the ground out there messing with them. So I'm sure that's why. Um, oh, gnats. Yeah. I don't really have a lot of problem with the gnats here. We have more problem with the flies right now and the mosquitoes right now. Now, in another month, we won't have the mosquito issues because it's going to get hot and we don't have as many mosquito issues at that point. Um, the flies, we're going to have issues with flies. Um, we have like, we can hang the fly bags. We've tried hanging fly bags. We have the things that run along the top of the barn that are fly. They're big long fly strips that run the length of the barn. Um, they help. The fly bags help. We spray, that helps. But we still have a problem with flies every year. It's bad every year. The only people that I know that have horses that don't have problems with flies at all, and I mean at all, are people that I know that have the fly spray systems in their barns, and they work really well. Um, so, but you still have flies outside. You can't get rid of all of them. We've tried using fly predators and all kinds of stuff. So fans help. We do have fans in the barn for some of the horse stalls up front anyway. They have fans. The ones in the back don't have fans. But we have the big giant, I don't know, whatever that is, 4 foot fan, 5 foot fan, the big giant fans. We have those that we can turn on in the summertime and stuff. And that helps too. So right now, pretty much all the horses have been out. Like Hatana and Stormy are in today, but they were out all day yesterday. And yesterday, Jubilee and Lenahe was in while Hatana and Stormy was out. Mira now is going out with the other mares along with Raina, but we don't want to put Stormy out with the other mares because he's a colt and he acts interested in the girls and he's coming up on 7 months old. So it won't be long. He'll be old enough that he could actually breed. And we don't want him trying to breed any of the girls or anything like that. And so he's fixing to get weaned. And when he's weaning, he's going to have to go out with Jubilee and Lenahe. And Hatana's going to go out with the girls. So, and so the only time he's going to see his mama is in the evening when he comes in. Um, and she may do like the other girls are doing here lately. Most all the girls lately they stay out at night, they come in the morning, they eat breakfast, they go right back out after they eat breakfast, they stay out all day, and then they come in the evening and they eat, and then go right back out at night. um i I have no idea about Stormy being a stud. He belongs to Miss Paulette. That's up to Miss Paulette. um but So the mayors have pretty much been staying out except when they come in to eat. With the exception of Mira and Raina. They come in at night. I don't want to leave a baby out at night. Even though she's not that young, I don't want to leave her out overnight. So she comes in at night with her mama. Once she starts weaning, she probably will stay in at night and her mama will stay out. Um, Simply because I don't mind Mira staying out at night. I just don't want Raina out there at night. Um, and then the geldings have been doing pretty much the same thing, but they come in at night and stay in overnight usually. Um, and the only reason they do that is because we have to bring the stallion in that's out with them at night. The geldings have been going out in the back pasture, and then we rotate stallions. Like one day Infinito goes, the next day Dorado goes, and the next day Sabado goes, and then they rotate back and forth. Because we can put like Sabado out with the geldings. They don't fight. Sabado don't bother them. Put Dorado out. They don't fight. Dorado don't bother them. They all get along. Infinito was doing that, but now that Infinito is breeding all the mares that have been in heat and all of that, he's gotten a little bit. Um, I don't know. I'm not going to say mean because he's not mean, but he's gotten a little bit possessive about everything. So when he gets outside, he's been a little bit grouchy towards the geldings. And I don't mean, he thinks, oh, that's a mayor. No, he will chase them. And he's in that mode right now of breeding, and he doesn't want anything to do with any of the male horses. So he hasn't the last couple of days he has not gone out with them. I let him go out in the riding area a little bit, and um he's gone out by himself a couple times, but that's it. He's just as long as he gets out to breed, he's happy right now. He's really happy right now. So and he's been busy this week. He's having to breed in the morning and at night. So he's been busy. No, Cuckoo's not in heat yet. She's getting close though. She's wanting to come into heat. She's getting close. I figure within a few days she probably will be. I think Little Bit's a little farther out. Little Bit's still in the mindset she wants to bite the stallions. Um, but I think that'll change here I would say probably within the week it will start changing. Only reason I say that's because mayors have a tendency to kind of sync up and come into heat a lot at the same time. And like Hatana's been in heat all week. She's talked to every mayor that's gone by here. She tries to talk to Infinito every time he comes out of the stall. She's been in heat all week. Um, but she she's not like losing her mind or anything like that. Mira could she's been in heat and she could care less about raining when she's in heat. Um, so and then obviously Mocha's in heat, but it was kind of funny. Mocha was the first one that came into heat, and Mocha bred one day. Nobody else brought Infinito. Nobody else was in heat. The next morning, Mira's in heat. Hatana's in heat, and then Uno wasn't. Jen wasn't. Little Bit wasn't. But then the next morning, Cuckoo started showing signs that she was trying to come into heat. And then this morning, Jen's starting to show signs that she's trying to come into heat. So I think, and then Uno's kind of the same thing. She's starting to show signs too. So I think it's just like once one of them comes in heat, all of them come in heat. And like that's why I said Infinito's losing his mind right now. Um, and he's not the only one. Poor Dorado, is down there, and he knows they're in heat. So it's just, we're not sure how many we're going to breed right now. We're not sure if we're going to even breed gin at this point right now. Because we're not sure if we want to breed gin to Infinito or we want to breed gin to Dorado. We haven't decided. And so we're not sure. And then the other thing is, we're already bred Mocha and we've already bred Mira. So that's potentially two babies in 2027, in April of 2027, the mid part of April, beginning to mid part of April. So that's potentially um, two babies. We've already said that more than likely when Uno comes into heat, we're going to breed her. So that's potentially three babies. And Cuckoo is actually here for breeding. So that would be four for Infinito next year. And then Little Bit is actually came here to be bred. So that would be five for Infinito next year. Um, if we have three here, that's quite a few. Um, four is obviously a lot, as we all know. So, um, I don't know that we will breed Gin and Uno or Uno and Gin or whatever. I don't know. It just kind of depends. I do know that Miss Paulette said before that she wasn't going to breed Hatana anymore. So, um, but she might have changed her mind. I don't know. You'll never know. Like we had said, we probably wouldn't breed Uno anymore for a while, but it'll be 2 years before she has another baby. So, we skipped last year and didn't rebreed her last year. Um, so anyway, it just depends. I know we probably will have probably at least three next year. Mm. As long as everybody takes. I mean, as long as um, Mocha takes and Uno takes and um, Mira takes, as long as they all take, then we probably will have at least three. Or Mira, Mocha, and Gin. It just depends on what we do. But the way it is now, with all the mayors coming into heat at one time, um, and pretty much all of them, except with the exception of Gin, pretty much all of them would be bred to Infinito. And Infinito could breed Gin as well. We just haven't decided that. But all of them pretty much would be Infinito, or are being bred to Infinito. With them all coming into heat at the same time, you only have so many days of them being in heat. So he's having to breed twice a day. And basically, our mares, which are Mocha and Mira, our mares right now, we're breeding one in the morning, one at night, and then skipping a day, breeding one in the morning, one at night. And then the other mares, we can breed. Now, once Little Bit comes into heat and Cuckoo comes into heat, then we probably will breed them each day. So then we will breed, like, on one day we would breed Mocha and whatever. I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out because we don't want Infinito having to breed too much. And because we do live cover, we don't do AI. And it's a lot on him. Um, he doesn't think it's a lot on him, but it is a lot on him. So, hey, see, Angel, how are you? Sherry, we have not really decided on the type of house yet. If we build, if we build a house, which we're leaning that way, then it will be a barn dominium style house, or whatever they call those, barn dominium style. That doesn't mean we're going to have barn stalls in the house or nothing. It's not like that. We do not want our house and the horses, like the horse barn and the house, combined into one. So it won't be anything like that. Um, but we are talking about doing a barn dominium. Um, but like I said, we haven't decided 100% what we're doing yet. So, hey, Billy Joe, how are you? We're just gonna, like I said, no, barn dominium's not a pole barn. It's not the same thing. A barn dominium is typically, it is typically metal most of the time, most of them, on the outside, but they can actually be metal, inside and out. The walls can be metal. The studs, or whatever you want to call them, the walls can be metal, as well as the outside metal, and then the inside can be like a normal house. Um, or they can be what they call stick built, which is like they use lumber, but they're still metal on the outside. But they're not the same thing as a pole barn, or it's not the same thing. It is less expensive to build a barn dominium than it is a house. 100% less expensive. Now, I don't mean 100% as far as cost goes, but yes, it is less expensive. And most of the time, it's quite a bit less expensive as long as you have a place to build one. Um, and it depends also on how much you can do yourself versus hiring somebody to do everything. Hiring somebody to do everything, you're not going to save as much money than you would if you hired somebody to build a house for you, versus a barn dominium style house. But you will save money, and you'll still save quite a bit of money. But if you're able to do some of the finish work and stuff like that in your house, some of the aesthetic stuff inside the house, um, it's quite a bit less expensive. The other thing that will help make it less expensive is it depends on the type of options and stuff you do. But that's that way with the house. If you have somebody build a house and you want wall to wall carpet in your house, that's one expense. The carpet itself is an expense. But if you decide, oh, I don't want wall to wall, I want real hardwood floors, that's a bigger expense. Or you say, okay, well, I don't want real hardwood floors, but I want whatever they call those, vinyl plank, or I don't know, quick lock, or whatever they call the different floors, the fake hardwood floors. Um, that might be less expensive than regular. But if you really want to build a house and you don't want to spend as much on your flooring, then you do stained concrete or etched and stained concrete. A lot of people do that, and it saves them quite a bit of money when they're building their house, because they're not paying for carpet, or they're not paying for laminate flooring or anything like that. Now, it costs money to have the concrete stained, obviously, but at the same time, it's still less money. And if you put cabinets in, it depends on how expensive a cabinets you want to put in. So there's ways to save money on any house, obviously, but the barn dominiums are less expensive, uh, when it's all said and done. And we know several people that have barn dominiums, and they're they're nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them at all. One of our neighbors, his is, I would consider his a barn dominium. He built it himself, but it's a stick build, and it's really nice. And Are we going to be building it ourselves? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Will we finish stuff on the inside ourselves? Yeah, probably quite a bit of it. But so, but yeah, that's what we're doing is leaning towards building a house, a barn dominium house. Heather's found nice plans that she likes, but she said today that she wants to actually do her own plan. So I told her if she wants to do her own plan, she can do her own plan, and we'll figure out where everything needs to be and all of that, and then we'll get it to architect and let them lay it all out right so that when it gets built, it gets built right. So, and it's about the same kind of money versus if you buy plans, because if you buy plans from some place and then you need to make changes to those plans, you have to pay fees and all that kind of stuff to have the plans changed. So, same thing. It takes Billy 3 hours to change a ceiling fan. Well, some of them ceiling fans can be tough now, especially them. I call them the hugger fans, the ones that are right up against the ceiling. Them are the hardest ones to install. At least with those other ones that have the drop downs, they usually have a thing that you just stick it up in there and hook it in place, and you can't do that with them huggers. It don't work that way. It's a lot harder. We need an office. Well, technically in our house we had an office. It was our family room, but it was technically an office as well. So, but yeah, we do need an office. There's no doubt. It would be nice to have an office in the barn, but if you put an office in the barn, then you got to insulate it, heat and air it, all that kind of stuff, because you're obviously going to have a computer or whatever in the barn in your office, and it's not good for them to be sitting out there in 100-degree heat or 20-degree weather. So, hey Jenny, how are you? So yeah, we need a office in the house, not the barn. um, Not that we would spend a whole lot of time in the office, but we do need one um, for schoolwork, if nothing else. So you've been waiting 3 months for 3 ceiling fans to be put up, Billy Joe. Well, according to Miss Hazy, don't hire Billy to do it. Oh, the kids are doing good. They are. I think as of today, I think both of them are officially out of school as of today. I think both of them are. You've been waiting 10 years for your master bathroom. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's like that sometimes, I'm sure. It's like that. Well, we had our house, our house had one bathroom. The whole house had one bathroom. And but it wasn't like it wasn't small. It wasn't a huge house, but it wasn't small, but it was I don't know, around 2,200 square feet probably. Around that. 22 to 2,400 square feet. But it didn't like it didn't have a garage attached to the house or anything. That was just the house. But it had one bathroom. And our house was built like, I don't know, back in the 70s. So it was an older house, obviously. Um, but it had one bathroom. And that was a killer, having one bathroom. But Heather and I had been talking for a while that as soon as we got one of the bedrooms free, because those of you that have been following a long time know that Heather's son Will lived here, but then we have Noah and Emma here, so they had bedrooms. Noah and Emma had bedrooms, and then Will had a bedroom. Well, our house had one, two, three bedrooms. At one time, our house had three bedrooms. Let's put it that way. It had three bedrooms, a bathroom, a laundry room, a kitchen with an eat-in dining area, a living room, a dining room. Then it had a like a family room up front, and then it had an office. It was Heather's office actually. She used to work from home, and it was her office. Well, then we had some foster children here, so we had to have extra bedrooms. And at that time, Elizabeth lived here and worked here, and she lived here too. So we had to have extra bedrooms. So we turned Heather's office into a bedroom, and we turned at that time we turned our family room into a bedroom for Heather and I, so that we had bedrooms for everybody. Okay. Um, because Will didn't live here, then he moved back. Um, so anyway, and at that time we had what? Let me think. There were seven of us. Is that right? Wait, Emma, Noah, Will, no, at that time there was seven. We had seven children here at that time. No, I take that back. We had five children and two adults that are children, that were children, I guess you would say. Anyway, we had Heather's son, who was over 18 at the time. We had Elizabeth, who was over 18, that lived here. Um, and then we had Noah and Emma, and we had Hope, who lived and worked with us, our niece. And then we had DJ and we had Skyla here. So we had everybody here at one time. And so we needed the extra room. So we turned our family room into a bedroom. And then we turned our office into a bedroom. And that way, um, two of the girls had one room, two boys had a room, another boy had a room. And then the office bedroom, two girls had. And then me and Heather had the family room or whatever. And then it got back to where it was just Heather and me and Emma and Noah and Will. So we turned the office that was a bedroom into our bedroom, the family room back into a family room, the living room back into a living room. The dining room obviously was still a dining room. The kitchen, the eat in, all of that was all the same. We still have one bathroom, but the whole point of this is we've been talking for like 5 years that we wanted to build a bathroom, another bathroom. And we've been talking about it and talking about it. And we were like, okay, well, then Will got an apartment. So he moved out. So we had a spare room. So we were like, okay, now we can build a second bathroom. And we have been talking about building a second bathroom in the house. And this was before the fire, obviously. So one thing I can assure you is whatever house we build or purchase, be it a mobile home or if we got a camper to live in, it's going to have two bathrooms. We're not doing the whole one bathroom thing. Our horse trailer has one bathroom, but it's most of the time it's just me and Heather there. So except when Noah and Emma are here, and usually they're not. Noah's gotten older, so he doesn't come as much as Emma does. So they're usually not here at the exact same time. Now they're both out of school for the summer, so they may be here more. It just depends. But in any case, we're not doing the whole one bathroom thing again. It's it's definitely going to be two bathroom. So, and if I had my preference, if we build a house, we need 3 bathrooms. Um, so in fact, I'd rather have 3 bathrooms than an office. especially with teenagers and stuff. So why are you looking at me all mean, Hatana? Oh, she's mad. Is your mama mad? What's she mad about? Hey, Daisy, come here. Daisy, Daisy, come here. Come here. Show everybody you. Come on, Daisy, come here. Come here. Come here. You say hi. You show everybody your haircut. Yeah, Daisy got her hair cut. The only thing is her head looks like they put a bowl on top of her head and cut the hair around it. Duck's good. He's standing right over here behind the camera. He's coming this way now. Yeah, Miss Paulette. She probably does want a date. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I'm sure there's no doubt about that. She probably does. Hey, did you find the fly spray? Well, we don't want to get too distracted because of the weather. Let me look. Yeah, we got about hour and a half before we get any rain other than the sprinkle. Yeah, Emma might want a bathroom attached to her bedroom. That's what I mean. But she's gonna be a teenager before long, so that's what I mean. Y'all have had 2 storms today. Goodness. It's been sunny here all day long. It's cloudy now, but it's still not bad. So hopefully we will finally get back to some semblance of normalcy around here. Kinda. Obviously, not having a house is putting a damper on that, but at the same time, hopefully it won't take too long to get some permanent power in this barn. Like right now, it's hooked up temporary, but like I said, it gets shut off at night. We do not keep it on. Um, because we don't take no chance of it overheating, and it will get hot. It's just not. And the other thing is we don't run everything like we don't run like any of the stuff that handled the cameras and all that kind of stuff that was out here. We don't run right now.
Chasing Raina.
Uh-huh. We over Mira.
This way. I think Raina will need to go down there with the donkey.
Oh yeah, she don't want her by them donkeys. That's what it is. Yeah, Mira don't want her by them donkeys. That's all. Well, she's just trying to find somebody to hang out with. Hey, Country Heart, how are you?
Gosh, you're being mean to her, and her mamas just don't even care.
Uh-huh.
No, it was her mama.
Where'd Miss Gail go?
She had Bible study.
Oh, that's right.
This is what you were talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to spray something?
Don't spray a lot now.
Okay, well,
Go ahead, spray it.
your phone.
No, I ain't worried about that. You ain't gonna get my phone. That's gonna make you spray a whole lot now. It'll make you choke. But I tell you what, it worked for some flies and gnats.
Mm.
But it won't hurt you. It's called Zevo. Smells good too. Mint and rosemary. But I tell you what it will do. When you spray it in the camper, you spray it in the horse trailer, it will set off the carbon monoxide. Or not the carbon monoxide, the propane detector.
Oh wow, that's weird.
Yeah, it sets it off every time you spray it. Or if you spray any kind of aerosol, if you spray it anywhere near where the propane detector thing is, it'll set it off. I don't know why. So, oh, but you can get it at like Walmart or whatever. It's called Zevo, and it's people and pet friendly. It's all natural stuff, and it smells good. So I don't know if it works for mosquitoes or not. We're gonna find out. So all right.
We're gonna have to let the horses in before we.
No, that's what I'm fixing to go get some feed and put in their things so that. Oh yeah, Skin So Soft works good too, and it smells good too.
I want
You know, Skin So Soft works on a lot of things. Like it takes tar off your car and all kinds of stuff.
has some. I think we do have a little bit of Skin So Soft somewhere, but if
Sure.
we do, it's probably 15 years old. But can you even get Skin So Soft anymore? I wish we had some because it's really good to mix with your homemade fly spray because it
Yeah.
helps keep the spray on the horses.
It also works for flies by itself.
Flies and mosquitoes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what works for mosquitoes? Dryer sheets. You put them in your pocket, or you wipe them on your arm or whatever.
I could have gotten some while I was up here.
They work too.
Did you tell them what we what we did for what you made?
Oh no. Okay. And then I'm gonna go feed the horses, and we're gonna bring them in.
You can tell them. You may
Well,
tell them.
I'll
You
do it.
can
That's
feed the
fine.
horses, and I'll tell them.
Okay, you tell them. All right. You should have a picture.
I'll do.
Here you go.
Oh,
Work is it pretty?
hello, everybody. Okay, so oh, Amazon has Skin So Soft. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I had no clue. I guess I should put my glasses on. So okay, well, my glasses are dirty. Hello, everybody. Emma might want a bathroom attached to her bedroom. Emma, well, right now, Emma does have a bathroom attached to her bedroom. You go through the living room slash kitchen slash dining room in the horse trailer into the bathroom. And then you go through the door into the horse area, which is where the kid's bedroom is right now. So technically, Emma does have a bathroom attached to her bedroom. Isn't that right?
Uh-huh. Whatever you just said.
They said Emma might want a bathroom attached to her bedroom. I said, well, technically, right now she does have a bathroom attached to her bedroom.
She does.
I'm sure you meant if we rebuild or when we rebuild. I agree.
Yeah, she's gonna be that age.
They said hi, Miss Gill.
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh, that's so much better. Okay. So Tim and I were talking about the whole um we wish we had a washer and dryer. Why is that not moving at all?
YouTube.
Oh, it's on.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Oh, that phone is Tim's screen protector thing is a privacy screen thing. It drives me nuts.
I can see the black on this side.
Cause Tim will be showing me something and he'll be like, "Hey, look at this." And I'm like, all I see is black, Tim." And he'll be like, "Oh," and he'll have to turn it more for me. And I can't tell you how many times that happened. Look at this. That's a nice black screen. Very nice black screen. Anyway, Tim and I had been going to the laundromat, and Tim said, "Man, I wish we could just get like a washer and dryer and put it in the barn or in the back of the horse trailer or something." And I was like, I know, but I really don't want a washer and dryer in the barn because we think that the washer or dryer is what caught our house on fire. We don't know 100%, but we think that that's what caught our house on fire. So anyway, I told Tim, I said, I wish we had just like a building or something that we could put the thing in. Well, at, hold on, at TSC, they had one of these things. I don't know if you can see what that is. But basically, it's one of the little things that you put your garbage cans in, and they had it like half price at TSC. Well, I say it was half price. It was, yeah, it was half price. And I was like, man, I think that we could use that, you know? So I said something to Tim about, could we get that and put a washer and dryer in here? I said, I really think that it would fit in there. So I got it and I brought it home. And Tim, and this is what it looks like outside of our horse trailer right there.
Baby, baby.
And
That's stuff.
a washer and dryer fit in there perfectly. So Tim wired everything up and like put like a box in there for the 220 or two whatever it's called, and ran it to the temporary pole, and did the 110 box for the washer and ran it to the temporary pole. That is so cool. Thank you, Summer. That is really awesome. But anyway, we have a washer and dryer now, and I love it. So that's like our little washer and dryer, and you probably you can't really see exactly where it's at, but like that's the horse trailer behind it. You can see it. It's like, I don't know. It's like literally right outside the back door of the horse trailer. Yes, is it ventilated? Yes, in the sense that when we use it, we keep the top open a little bit so that it can vent out. And then the dryer is vented out the back. You can see it's vented out the back. Now, the drain for the washer just goes onto the ground. It just goes onto the ground. But at least we don't have to go to the laundromat anymore. So we do have a GoFundMe. Yes, we do. Tim sent it out today on the announcement, but uh
On the link tree too.
yeah, it's on the link tree as well in our thing up here. Like if you
The
click
link?
on our bio, you can click on the link tree, and the GoFundMe is on that as well.
Come on.
So, but anyway, I just thought I would share that about the washer and dryer because and we got the used washer and dryer on off of Marketplace, and the washer has an issue, but it's like it's only with the spinning part, and Tim is gonna fix that. So, but we got it for a really good deal, so I'm not gonna complain about it. It works. Sometimes it doesn't spin the clothes out as well as it should,
I need
but
you to,
move.
yeah, because
But hey,
Fix
we have a
bring
washer and
in-
dryer.
fix and bring in crew.
All right. Well, I'm gonna help you. I just gotta.
Care about, you just show everybody. I got it.
I'm going to, but I gotta move this stuff, baby.
Because if not, they're gonna, hopefully it's gonna tear the gate down out here.
Yeah, Mocha's not very patient when it comes to. She's not very patient when it comes to everything. Can you please remind some of us about the reminder page, about the GoFundMe page or where that is? Yes, if you go to our bio up in like, good God, you got hers open. What, baby?
Right there.
Okay, do you need me to open this?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Lena, hey. Thank God you're not such a pain like that.
No way. Come on. Let's go. Give me a stall. Let's go. Oh no, hold up. Come on. A little bit. You know your stall. On down there. Come on. Come on a little bit. Go on your stall a little bit. Go a little bit. Go a little bit. A little bit.
Hey,
No.
wait. Hey. No. You go back. Go back that way. Go on.
Come back. Come on.
Go on.
You know, drink over.
Hey.
No, hang on. Oop, it's locked. Oh. Girl, y'all.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm gonna shut.
No.
It's not normally this chaotic. I promise it's not, because I usually open up mirror in the baby stall.
Y'all-
Hang on.
What has this issue right now? Yeah, come on. Here.
Hang on, Cuckoo. At least you're being normal. Just wait a second. Wait, Cuckoo. Wait.
Push again. I mean, a little bit.
Hold on. Here comes Cuckoo. Hold on. Good gosh.
They'll be back.
I know. She's down there. No, that's the right one. Yeah, that was Cuckoo. Hey, open up Mira. Oh, Jesus.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. Nope.
Thank you. Cuckoo, go to your stall. I ain't worried about Cuckoo. She goes to her stall. It's a little bit. I won't go to the stall. Without looking around the world.
Renee, do not watch that. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's absolutely not what you're supposed to do.
Sorry. Close that way.
Can you pick that fan up?
Yeah.
That was all
Raina.
Raina,
Oh.
yes. I feel like this thing is coming off of here or something. It is. Hold on, Tim. What in the world is up with this thing? Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. Did I mess it up? No, okay, I didn't. No, Martha. Well, we have 2 horses here to breed to Infinito, yes.
but there. Did it go back right? There we go. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it right now. Y'all know y'all don't come in right here. Y'all go in down there. So you don't even have to look over here. This is Eldorado's cutoff gate. And there's Duck Duck waiting on Tim.
Hey, guys.
Sorry, Duck Duck, but I need to get through, buddy. I'm not trying to scare you. Are you coming in?
Yeah.
Okay. Infinito, are you a happy man?
They'll be in a minute. Girls are already in. Better back up for me. I can't see your bucket. Where's that? Okay. There it is. All right. There you go.
Does that do something to this?
I'm coming first. Here, back up for me. There you go. I got it done. Come on.
Oh, the wind's picking up. There's Sabado and Eldorado and Moonshine. Thank you, Lori B, for your awesome gift. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's always fun in the barn. Not always that fun, but
They usually come in.
yeah, normally they come in really easy. You see how the middle pasture?
Yeah, I got wet.
Oh, I don't know if I know. Do I remember how to do that? Let me see. Oh, I don't know if I'm doing this right.
Hey, do you want to let them in? The little boys.
I don't know what I just did, Tim.
I'm coming, boys.
I swear I don't know what I just did. Hold on, guys.
What do you mean?
I was trying to like update the gift thing, but I don't know if I don't think I did it right.
It's different.
It says need a new goal update.
Hang on. Hang on.
I don't know.
Unpin this. Hang on. All right, hang on. You go right up here. Just hang on. That's those. All right.
Here, edit.
Edit that. Just,
This is kind of
yeah, they changed all this stuff. I'm just gonna put that in there. Confirm that. Click here.
well, that's really
Now
complicated.
update. And that should fix it.
Hey.
All right, now It should be good. There you go.
I'm sorry, y'all. That was really complicated.
Come on, Bubba.
Tell me who you got first.
Come on, let's go. Hurry.
Ah. Hey, Lenahe's gate's open.
He's coming. He'll be first.
I didn't mean Lenahe. I meant Jubilee. Jubilee.
Thank you.
Right there. Right there. Right there. I see you. No, you go. No, Tim, he's doubling back.
Just don't.
Come on, right there.
On your stall.
Right there. Thank you.
Come on, Jubilee.
He wanted to go see Moonshine.
Yeah, that's what it is. I guarantee you.
He loves Moonshine and El Dorado.
Come on, let's go. Come on. All right, here it comes. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Time to go in. There you go. Go in your stall, please.
Right there. Right there. Thank you. Nope, he's doubling back.
Back in your stall, hey. Let's go. Let's go. Your stall.
Right there.
Coming in.
Right there. Go on. There you go. No, no.
No. Back up. Nope. Back up. Go in your stall.
Nope. Right there. No, not you're not going to see Lenahe either. Just go.
In your stall. Come on. Come on. Stop being hard headed and go in your stall.
So stinking cute. They're coming in, man. I promise. Sabato probably will be first, huh? You just tell me which one you think it's gonna be. All right. Sabato don't need to. Whoops. Sabato don't need to get over there with Okay, you get back. 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 Come on. Come on. Sabato, come on, man. Right there. Right there. Nope, right there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, this thing is so. I know you don't like seeing another stallion, do you? I don't know why this thing will not stay the way it's supposed to be. There, maybe that fixed it. Sorry, the YouTube one keeps messing up. Oh, yes, for sure, Billy Joe. He is very big and very handsome. I agree. Sabato, say hi. You are a handsome boy, aren't you? Well, that was chaotic to say the least.
I think that was chaotic.
You don't think that was chaotic?
What, Lenore and Jubilee going back out?
Oh, no, I mean it wasn't as chaotic as the girls.
Oh no, the girls was chaotic, but the boys.
Yeah, the girls was definitely chaotic.
Just like take the fan off and unplug it
Turn what fan on?
in your yard.
You did what?
Hey, did you roll the canopy in?
Oh,
Oh, good.
you said you turned the fan off and what?
Unplugged it.
Oh, because of the rain and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, babe. Okay, I can do that. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, no problem.
Great, Daisy May. Why you see how these things are?
Ooh.
I know they're just not. doing very there. Maybe that's yeah, if y'all want to get treats, this is probably the last chance to get treats if you would like to get treats.
I'll show you.
Oh, here's some more. We can put that back in here if you want to, or we can put it back in here. All right.
I'm gonna put it in.
I don't remember who's who.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
We probably, I think I got some stickers somewhere, or I can put tape and a marker and.
We'll have to mark it.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's well good. It comes up too good. It's not, taking the cream.
Yeah, we have more buckets in the back, Miss Gail. We can get some of the other ones. Oh, goodness. I think pretty red. I like all the different colors.
I do too.
Oh. I need a one. We do. I don't know what the phone is here. Let's see.
I have no idea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. And then in the back there is 7. I need 1 for the pasture, and I need 6, 7, 8. If we're doing a little bit. Last time he did 1 bucket for both of them, or something.
They got 1 or 2 of these, so you can get a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Well, they got for the list.
Yeah, they're not on the list, so. I hate to just skip them completely, but at the same time, maybe you can just skip a couple out of the general bucket. And that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 6, 7. Maybe there's 7 in the back. Which is probably what you were thinking. That's what we do. You just not we don't have a pasture. And. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Started. Daisy, there's nothing for you.
All right. What is that?
What? It says gifting suspended and live visibility restricted. And recommendation and what gifts are suspended and your live is restricted in recommendations and search results for 10 minutes due to inorganic gift solicitations, such as soliciting gifts through repetitive triggers, misleading promises, emotional pressure, or demanding acts. Learn more in the live monetization guidelines in the TikTok live section of the community. Okay, well, I guess putting buckets out is
Not like the first time. That's ridiculous. So.
You ready to go get treats?
yes.
Well, I rolled the thing in. Put the little ones in the soft kennel. And the big dogs are in that.
I did
Or-
appeal it, but we just got restricted for 10 minutes for something because I wasn't even up here. I went to the back to go get these things and to get the treats. And before that, all I was doing was putting the buckets out.
It's because they put that thing on there. If you want to get treats, go ahead and get them, blah, 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 on there.
Oh,
And it's because of that.
so
Don't
if
worry,
they
just put it on there.
promote getting treats, then
They
if
can't
they-
promote it on there unless it's by gifts.
yeah, but it's not. Oh, I no,
it
no,
is.
I understand that, Tim. But if they review this, they need to understand that this has nothing to do with gifts. It's giving treats to horses. It
Right.
doesn't make sense.
It's because you're putting out treats. If they do it gift and do it that way, they get a cut.
Okay, well,
That's the problem. Dave, you gotta move, baby. But there's just, I wouldn't worry about it. All it means is that putting it out to nobody else.
this is for that thing.
All right.
And then I don't know.
if, there's 7 for the back for the boys. And
The
then
front,
I did not do one for Cuckoo in Little Bit.
yeah.
And I'm gonna do one for the pasture.
Okay. You do Raina separate or together? Separate?
Isn't she supposed to be separate?
Don't have a feed bucket in there that's separate. She eats with her mama. Boy. But don't matter to me. I'll put one of these old buckets in there and let her
Is
eat
she
out
on
of
the
it.
list though?
No.
Rain is not on the list.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look and see. I don't think she is. But I'll have to look and see. I don't. A lot's happened in the last month. I don't know. She's on the list. She ain't on the list. I just always let her eat with her mama. But I will check.
I could put a bucket down there for Cuckoo and Little Bit if you want me to. And we can just put one treat for every time we do the other two. But I don't know if they want us giving them treats or not. So I don't
Right.
really want to. It's not that I don't want to give them treats. I just don't want to do it and they'll get upset with us. Although they know that we give our horses treats. So I don't know. Maybe you should message her and ask if they're allowed to have treats.
I'm gonna worry with it tonight. We just put a bucket down there and I'll give them a couple and be done with it. I'm trying to find out as far as the other goes right now. Because they're not on the list, no way, Heather. So it doesn't matter. They don't need a bucket. They're not on the list. I can tell you that. So I think I don't know if Rain is or not. I'm be honest. Stormy, yeah, Rain is on the treat list. She is. She's on the treat list. She's on there. Yeah, he's on there, but he has his own bucket.
Okay, well, how about if we do these two? How do you do it? You do Mira and Raina first,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
then
then I do Stormy, then Hachana, because that's the order their buckets are in.
Raina and Mira as princess colors.
Okay.
I don't know. Or hey, we could do dark purple and light purple. That would work too, right?
I don't care. It don't matter to me.
Then who needs
Okay. The Stormy and Raina are not on the hugs yet. Just Lanahe is on that. I mean, and Jubilee. They're the only two on that. The other two are not on that yet. So okay, at some point I will.
All right, this is kind of boy color, so we can do pink and Patana, maybe. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. However you want to do it, babe.
Jen? I think Jen was white before, so we'll leave her white. And then who else we got? Uno can be pink because she's
I'm sure she doesn't care.
red is kind of pinkish, so that can be what's her name?
I don't know.
Mocha. Thank you. Jeez, please. Okay, boys. Infinito is green, right?
He always has been.
And so we're gonna do green for him and dark green for
Sabado's always been dark green.
and then
Dorado's always been red.
Slate. All right. And who's next?
That would be Lanahe, and he's always been black.
And then
You got El Dorado. He's been silver, But you don't have silver, so you'll have to give him like blue, or you got a dark blue and a light blue?
I got a dark blue, a light blue, and an orange.
Okay, give me, I don't know.
Miss Gail, what color do you want Jubilee to be? There. Between those three colors, which one's your favorite?
Orange.
Okay, so Jubilee will be orange.
I have to remember the best thing.
No, El Dorado is blue, right?
Either
Yeah.
blue or light blue. Which one?
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, whatever you got.
I don't know. Y'all
Just
decide.
put dark blue down, that's fine. And
And then-
moonshine's blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I can make Moonshine white because he was white before, and then that.
Pasture was blue before, but the pasture was dark blue before.
Okay, well then here. There we go. All fixed. Everything's working.
Boys anyway are pretty close. Girls, not so much for the girls, but
Well,
all right. Well, I got the treats over here, so
it's fine. I promise it's all good. It's all good.
mm, mm, mm.
If Miss Faultland wants Eldorado silver bucket, we can get another silver bucket, but I think it's fine. They didn't have silver. And by the way, Miss Gail bought new different color buckets for everybody so that everybody would have different color buckets. But they didn't have as many colors as we had horses, so she had to get like 2 reds and 2 whites and or 2 I'm sorry, 2 reds and 2 oranges. But either way, thank you, Miss Gill. Okay. All right. We got to write the company and tell them we need more colors. We need silver.
Well, they make silver.
Huh?
They make silver because we had.
We need silver and we need
I got every color they had, plus
I don't know what other colors.
I don't.
turquoise.
Well, there's a teal right there, but yeah, turquoise would be good.
Brown.
Brown. Yep. Look, I am not giving y'all a whole bunch of treats beforehand tonight. Y'all fixing to get treats. You can look at me all you want to, but I'm not looking at you, so I don't have to see it.
All right, you ready? All right. One for everybody from Miss Shelley F, who sponsors half of Uno. Thank you, Miss Shelley.
Thank you, Michelle. Hey, do I need to do 2 buckets for the pasture because we got some in the front? You just
Split them in half. Probably ought to start with that tonight. Probably ought to start with the pasture tonight.
should I just go? What do you want me to do for the 2 other horses?
Just put one in there. It don't matter. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got one for everybody from Miss Shelley B, who sponsors half of Mira. Thank you, Miss Shelley.
There you go, Daisy.
All right, I got one for everybody from Miss Lori B, who sponsors a quarter of moonshine. Thank you, Miss Lori.
Sorry. I missed the bucket and it rolled over right in front of Daisy. I said, well, there you go, Daisy. Right.
All right, I got one for everybody from Miss Marie V, who sponsors a quarter of moonshine. Thank you, Miss Marie.
Okay.
All right, I got one for everybody from Miss Gail S., who sponsors half of Lenahe. Thank you, Miss Gail.
Thank you. Here comes the rain.
Yeah, we got a lot of whippoorwills around here.
I just listened to.
I like listening to them and the rain crows.
How do they sound?
The rain crows. Um, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a daytime hoot owl almost. I don't know how to explain it. I got one for everybody from Miss Sandra and Cy B, who sponsor a quarter of mocha.
Are they on it?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen them tonight, but you know what a rain crow is, though, right? The real name of a rain crow is a yellow-billed cuckoo. No wonder we got so many rain crows around here. We got a cuckoo horse down there. All right. I got one for everybody from Miss Denise B, who's a Red Ribbon sponsor. Thank you, Miss Denise.
And thank you for the vitamins. We got some vitamins today. Thank you very much. I think it was vitamin C, which we probably need right now.
Thank you for the rose, Miss Sally. All right, that's all of our sponsors. Thank y'all so much. And thank you, Jillian, for the roses. All right, so I got treats. I got 5 for Stormy. Stormy is on this side and he's orange. Yep. I got 5 for El Dorado. Light blue, yeah. 5 for Hatana. She's green. I got 5 for the pasture.
And they know.
I got a hug for Hatana and a hug for El Dorado. Yep. Hatana and El Dorado. And then 2 adopted hay bales, all from Miss Paulette. Thank you, Miss Paulette. All right. And then I have 1 for all the horses and donkeys from Miss Tina T.
Thank you, Miss Tina.
Thank you, Miss Tina. She also adopted a 21 bale bundle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Tina. As soon as he calls me and tells me I can come get it. All right. Now I got 25 for the front pasture or for the pasture from Miss Tina. Thank you, Miss Tina.
3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay.
All right, now I got a treat for moonshine from Miss Sue D. Thank you, Miss Sue.
Thank you.
I've got a hug for moonshine and 2 treats for all the horses from Miss Marie V. Thank you, Miss Marie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's starting to sprinkle. I hear it. All right. Now I got a treat for all the horses and 5 extra for the pasture from Miss Rosemary W. Thank you, Miss Rosemary.
Said all
Five.
horses.
And then 5 extra for that pasture.
Sweet.
All right, now I got 5 for the pasture.